You're listening to the World's Team Podcast. It's not just America's team, Cowboys Nation. It's the world's team. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Stewart and Mike Poland.
How about them Cowboys?
Hello, Cowboys Nation, and welcome to another episode of the World's Team Podcast. We're glad to have you back as we break down all things Dallas Cowboys, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This show is brought to you by the Believe Network and powered by FanJo, America's #1 sportsbook. If you're looking to add even more excitement to your Sundays, FanJo has you covered with odds, props, and in-game betting all season long.
And as always, we're proudly sponsored by Cowboys Experience, your one-stop shop for the ultimate Dallas Cowboys experience, from stadium tours, tailgates, meet and greets. Cowboys Experience has it all. Use a discount code WORLD2025 at cowboysexperience.com.
Stuffed a little bit there, mate.
I did. It's early morning. We've been up burning the midnight oil because it was a late game again for preseason.
Yeah, you can tell by my eyes, and I'm sorry I'm moving my microphone right now. Like for our listeners, for our viewers on YouTube, my eyes are incredibly baggy right now. I feel like I just went rounds with Mike Tyson right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mike's on the Monster Energy. There we go.
You gotta keep yourself going.
But yes, unfortunately, it's not going to be a very pleasant episode this week.
About it.
Yeah. So as people should be well known, the Dallas Cowboys lost their second preseason game to the Baltimore Ravens, 31-13. And I will say it's basically the theme of what's just happened. Just the overall offense was non-existent, and a lot of our run defense got exposed. But there has been some individual highlights again, which is the whole part of this process with preseason.
There you go.
So we will break that down. But Mike, give me your quick thoughts, just from a general aspect about the game.
If you was to put it into a nutshell on where things are, the Cowboys' defense is way ahead of the offense. That's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, I think that's actually, yeah. There's just no words to kind of really explain how the defense worked. Like, despite the cracks in the run defense, but we had some surprises by the defense in this game that really stood out, and we will break into that later in this show. But going into this, I want to talk about the defensive highlights about this. Well, actually, we'll make that the next segment. We will make that the next segment.
I like it.
The one thing I really want to talk about was the breakout for Damone Clark. Holy crap. Like, he was everywhere. Multiple tackles for loss, the blitz impact. I mean, he was the heart of the defense in that game. Like, despite he could not fix everything with what was going on else on the field, he couldn't fix the overall inside run problem that we had with Ali, the running back for Baltimore, who caused us a little bit of problems. But overall, he was in the thick of it all in terms of trying to stop the run and break it and really cause disruption. So I was really happy with Damone Clark.
Yeah, and it was one of those things as well. Turn that off. It's one of those things with Damone Clark as well. I think, especially when you look at his style of play of the linebacker position in LSU, that he's taken to Matt Eberflus's style, I think, very well. That physical, very physical assignment sound type of defense, rather than this whole boom or bust. That was what Zimmer was really about. So that is important. Blitz packages, you can say, because, the Cowboys haven't registered a sack in both games. None of it. So you go, well, where are the blitz packages? People can complain about that with the linebacker position. But my thought on it is, why show your hand in preseason? I'm not going to show you my linebacker blitzes.
See, this is why I'm not incredibly upset about the loss or anything like that. Because it's preseason. You're still trying to find those guys to really make an impact to be in this final roster. Like, what really matters is week one. Like, make sure that we're prepped and ready for week 1. That's the end goal here. But does, like, is there some parts of the defense that we're still concerned going forward? I would agree. I'm concerned in some aspect, absolutely.
Gap control, without a doubt.
But in terms of, like, Damone Clark, I think he's definitely solidified himself to be among with, like, Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn, and Maris Learfoot. Like, I think with those 4 linebackers, I feel a lot more comfortable after seeing especially Learfoot and Clark on the field, and even Sanborn. Sanborn made some good contribution in that game also.
I can take it one step further for you, and you called it Shemar James.
Shemar James, I called it. I called it on the UK Cowboys fans. I said Shemar James was going to be the surprise player. He was there on special teams and he was there on defense. I was like, fair play, and especially in coverage, how he was dropping back, making some plays as well. Really happy. But it kind of goes back to, like, and we'll talk about the weaknesses in a minute. But
of course,
I still want to talk about some other players as well, like Andrew Booth. I never thought I would say this. Like, he had a rocky start. He did get beat 1-on-1 at the very early start, but my God, he turned that around, made a really good read, made the catch, intercepted, and took it to the house with a pick 6. I was like, are you joking me? And I'm chatting away to our colleagues at UK Cowboys fans, Lauren and Brian, and we're like, what the hell just happened? Did Andrew Booth actually just got a pick 6? What is going on?
And he showed good burst. He caught that ball, got going, but then as he's coming down the line and he's running it in, he's looking, he's got the vision, and you could see him using his gears to get further upfield. Very, very smart play. And like, here's the thing now, because you see Keeman Hall playing really well as well.
Yeah, he got an interception as well. Really good.
So,
good situational awareness as well.
Yes. So now my question is with Booth on the rise, does that make you feel better or worse about the cornerback position? Because here's the problem.
I wouldn't say it makes me feel better, but in terms of Andrew Booth as the player, his confidence must be in a much more, like, that would give him the best confidence boost.
Yeah.
Like, if he can continue that on, then I think that will start to ease the pressure, like, feeling more comfortable with the whole cornerback position. But because we were, like, dead to rights on Andrew Booth from the first game. Let's be honest.
True.
But he's turned that around. So if he can continue that momentum, making those plays, breaking it up, and getting some interceptions along the way, great. That's the first step to like that next level of progression.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, I know you're talking about positives as well. That you're looking at positives, and I know that you like this because you're an offensive lineman yourself. How did you feel about Tyler Booker's debut?
We'll dive into that later because obviously we're still talking about defense right now.
We're sticking on defense. Okay, so what about Sam Williams then?
Sam Williams, I was quite happy with. Although I'm also happy with Winfrey and Wheat, but they showed the pass rush like essence, but the Ravens O-line was just far
they won the battle.
They won the trenches Like, even Donovan Ezra, even though he was getting the better hand and the outside pass rush, like being in like a 5 tech or 7, like he was like, I feel like with Sam Williams, we showed some good glimpses out there. He put some offensive linemen on the butts a couple of times, which was good. But the problem is, it's like that offensive line were just
they were solid,
like continuity, solid. They gave Cooper Rush, and I don't even know the name of the third backup quarterback, couldn't even tell you. Like, just gave him all the time in the world with good protection. And it almost kind of like, and funny enough, I was just watching The Wall 2.0 about Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith, and how they there was that one play, I think it was the Cowboys versus Giants, where they gave Tony Romo 5 seconds and they just kept pursuing with the blocks.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like, but on the Ravens side.
Yeah.
Like, So I'm just like, that. Yeah, there was good glimpses, but I know we didn't get any sacks. We did get tackles for loss in terms of the run game, which was a good positive, but we still need to do a little bit better in the pass. We just need to be that more dominant on that.
Yeah,
but
and we're talking about gap control. In terms of we just mentioned it now on run defense early on in the game. Wasn't too bad. They were doing good in that sense.
Well, I would say the first quarter we were pretty bad. Second quarter
Yes.
we got a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, it tightened
a lot
up.
better.
It just looked a bit sharper.
Yep, absolutely. Then it just completely fell apart right at the end of the game. It just all hell broke loose, essentially.
I think though a lot of that you can contribute to the fact that the defense was on the field for so much.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, Mike. Because let's be perfectly bluntly clear, the Dallas Cowboys defense were on the field for 40 minutes of the game.
41 minutes.
No, 40 minutes and 49 seconds.
Yeah,
or
so nearly 41 minutes, just shy off.
40 minutes and 11 seconds was the total time of the defense being on the field. That's more than 2/3 of the game.
Physically demanding.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And just to kind of finish up, I'll run up some stats as well. So the Baltimore Ravens had 39 carries for 149 yards, averaging 3.8 yards per carry. Dallas allowed 7 runs of 7+ yards, including Ernest Johnson's 2-yard touchdown. But yeah, it's...
Here's a funny one, though, Paul. We was talking last week. I gave you the over-under on the Baltimore Ravens rushing for 150 yards, and you went over. You ran by a yard. How gutting.
I suppose that's a good thing, but still, we still have the problem with the run defense right now.
Definitely.
But yeah, okay, let's talk about Tyler Booker before we move into our next segment.
Sure. Okay.
So,
give it to me, because you love offensive line, defensive line play. Okay, I was watching Booker and I was like, I'm happy with everything that he's doing, but give it to me straight.
Okay, so from what I've seen of Tyler Booker, good hands, really has that good pop. I didn't really see much of him making any foot wrong. He seemed very consistent. Yeah. I think once he gets in there with the ones, him having BB there was really fundamental. I thought.
Yeah, that was nice.
There was a good bit of continuity.
Yeah.
But in terms of the sacks, that wasn't really down to the O-line. I think we mismanaged the scheme of the Ravens. When you think about it, because one of the safeties came down at that, every offensive lineman had their blocks, and the safety came down and got to Joe Milton.
And that's down to Joe Milton, unfortunately. Sometimes sacks can be on the quarterback.
Yep, and also with the other sack as well, Phil Maffa, who had a great game last week against the Rams, we kind of showed his card in terms of what one of his weaknesses are, and that's pass protection.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But funny that now, but in terms of Tyler Booker, I think that was not a world-stopping debut. It was a good debut,
like a B+.
Yeah, it's a good foundation that can build up upon. And you can see he was that level-headed. He knew what he had to do, etc., etc. So I think from that aspect, from our rookie to Tyler Booker, I think
first game.
Yeah, first game against one of the top pass rush defenses.
Yeah,
and then had David Ojabo out there. You had all these other guys.
They're a very physical D-line.
Very physical. So I think from that regard, I think we did okay. But obviously when you really break it down, it's not really all the offensive line's fault, but the Dallas Cowboys did get sacked 4 times in this game.
Yeah.
So that's the downside. If you go back and watch the film, it could be lead up to Phil Maffa I just mentioned. the fact that we didn't scheme it right. We should have had a tight end to pick up the extra piece, like from that safety crashing in. Like we didn't assess it properly. So I think that's something for Brian Schottenheimer to go back and really go back with his coaches and reassess things and see where things are. Like I kind of said last week about the loss to the Rams. There's going to be a big talk amongst coaches and players. A lot. It's like you did this wrong. You need to do this and you need to do that. I think that's especially this one at home. It's not going to be pleasant.
Yeah, especially on such a large scoreline. And like to go back to just generally the game, is that I know what a lot of people be saying is it's only preseason, don't panic. And I'm like, okay, if that's your side of it all, but what is it about the Dallas Cowboys that gives you that makes you think that that's okay? Like, to me, there's nothing about the Cowboys when you look at how much has changed. Like offensive line, more specifically the offense I'm talking. So offensive line, running back, you've got a mix of wide receivers. We just lost Mingo. Like, what instills in you that it's okay to just think it's only the preseason? For me, I think this team needs to show you more in preseason to be like, oh, okay, there's depth here, because once the starters get in, is this a team that's purely made of studs and duds?
That seems to be the big question, Mike. I really honestly don't know how to answer that, if I'm being honest. Like,
I mean, let's talk about the running backs, right, Paul? And yourself, everybody watching at home, does Miles Sanders, off what you've just seen, because running back position is important for the Cowboys, especially with like what Schottenheimer's trying to plan on doing with RPO and read option. But what is Miles Sanders like? Do you feel he's going to make the final 53 after what you just saw? 7 carries, 15 yards, 2.1 yards. Looked hesitant. Looked like he didn't want to hit the holes hard. For me, stock is falling.
I can see your point in that. Yeah, like it wasn't the best of game where, especially like the screen pass to Sanders, like getting a tackle for loss. That wasn't ideal. Yeah. Especially it could have been a bloody safety. I mean, for goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some good bursts out there. There was some plays he managed to get like beyond 9 yards and get the first down, etc. Fine, but I think when you really kind of compare that to what we had last week with Phil Maffa, we had that different sense of physicality.
Yes.
To the game. I think that now overproceeds that. I think Phil Maffa's now more on the front line. Like, and I get your point, so. And I somewhat agree, but we just don't know how. I'm just thinking of how the coaches. I think they probably might have their favorites. They might actually still prefer Sanders, whatever that reason may be. Like, Sanders may be better performing in camp or during practices compared to like Maffa. We just don't know. So that's where I'm kind of just kind of like juggling away. Like, but I get it.
Yeah.
But we'll finish this up in terms of running backs. Then we'll move on to like Joe Milton, which you highlighted earlier.
Yeah.
Deuce Vaughn.
Oof. Yeah, it's tricky. So you see, flashes the quickness, limited in the amount of touches that he has. So here's my problem, the conundrum I'm in with Deuce Vaughn. Is he that type of player where he's just too small for the position?
I would say no. Would say no. I'll give you my reason why. Because there was a good couple of plays where he was actually like running the inside run and actually forcing D-line and linebackers back. I was like, okay, there is like
there's something there.
This like it's like literally as like a little pocket rocket, like really is.
I like it, but like the other side of me is thinking, is Deuce Vaughn? Is it perhaps that the coaches have in their mind got an idea for Deuce Vaughn, that they feel what they saw in camp is enough. I'm not entirely sure.
Quite possible.
But in these preseason games, they are just holding him back because they're like, maybe we can use him as a secret rep in the regular season. So let's make him our change of pace back, but let's not show everybody too much right now. I'm wondering if that's what they're doing with Vaughn.
Yeah, like that could be it. We're going really more into conspiracy with this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you know what I mean. But
trying to give Deuce Vaughn the benefit here.
Yeah, like at the same time, I am still concerned for Deuce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still concerned,
which is fair.
Like, unfortunately, we didn't get to see Jaden Blue. We didn't get to see Javante Williams. Like, and we did see one drive from Malik Davis for 5 yards. Like, if I'll be honest, Malik Davis, for the short time he's been in, is actually kind of being the more like
breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air in some way. Like, don't get me wrong, last week was all Phil Maffa, but just that one drive, like, for 5 yards, like, showing that little bit of, like, that pace and urgency and a little bit of, like that aggression, like, fighting for those, like, you want those fighting yards, like, that makes a hell of a difference. But
so who's RB2 for you then? We know Williams is the one. That's clear.
As of right now, it will be Phil Maffa because Jaden Blue's obviously, like, injured. But until then, I would say it's Williams, Maffa. It's a toss-up between Vaughn and Sanders.
It's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, I hate, like I said, I would hate to do this job, like being in the Cowboys front office and the coaching staff to really, like, finalize your 53-man roster. I would hate that.
Oh yeah, like keeping Lipke out of the group. I think personally, when I've gone through the roster and looking at the numbers, I think only 3 running backs make it. So who are the guys that you're getting rid of? I think Sanders, for me, just didn't show enough in that game. He's against a bunch of backups.
Yeah, it's interesting. But speaking about, like, so what we were talking about earlier, you mentioned about Joe Milton, our quarterback. So just to run it down, so he was 9 for 8, 122 yards passing, 1 interception with a rating of 48.8. His big highlight was the 49-yard dime to Jonathan Mingo, or 60 yards. I can't remember the exact yards, but
it was a big bomb. It was a big bomb downfield.
Like, that's what should have happened in the first one. But
yeah,
in a way, it was actually Mingo and Milton's fault with the interception. Milton should have Milton should have ran more outside to run away from the safety, rather than into the safety where it now became double coverage. And Joe Milton made the bad decision of throwing that ball into double coverage. So that was the problem with that. So, but here's the question. The arm talent is clearly there, but the decision making and the accuracy is still really incredibly raw. Do we feel, as Cowboys fans, and God forbid this would happen, if Dak Prescott was to miss a couple of games, how comfortable do we feel of Joe Milton filling in?
Uncomfortable is the best way to say it. It's the only way to say it. Like, you know, at this stage, you've got to look at things and go, is there much difference between Joe Milton this year and the Trey Lance who we had last year? Like, there's no tempo. There's no tempo. There's no touch. You know, we was talking about it off air. That pass to Hunter, it's not Hunter Lipke's fault that he can't make that catch. The guy's throwing him a fastball who's like 5 yards in front of him.
It's like you're just receiving an oncoming uppercut across the middle.
That's
what it was like.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, dude, we talked about this last week. It's like, just calm down. Like, I know you really want to kind of, like, stand out and really, like, but time and maybe not time and patience when you're in the pocket, but read the room. Read read the routes. Like, you're not going to, like the deep ball, great. Like, we know you can do that, but we need you to start work. Like, he threw the right screen passes. That was the thing that really brought up his stats essentially in that game was the screen passes.
The dump offs,
Yeah, the dump offs. But any like curl route, cross route, post route, incomplete.
And there was a lot of it in that game.
It was a lot. Overthrown, like there was one overthrown to Marino Tropper, which was wide open. Right? And I don't know if it was like a cross route or a slant route. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
it was a slant.
He overthrew it by a good yard, and you can see Marino Tropper really trying to extend, and we were just like, it was right there. So
simple completion as well. That will get you, because what the offense lacked, Paul, with Joe Milton in it lacked rhythm. It lacked rhythm. It lacked consistency as well. And you know, the issue you've got is when you've got the backup Joe Milton in there, doing all of this work, you have to wonder, is he able to elevate those wide receivers? Because they're all a bunch of wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4s. You need your quarterback in that instance to raise. You need to be the tide that raises all boats. Dak does that, ironically, but Joe Milton hasn't.
I do apologize. I actually missed a little bit of your seminar. My connection just dropped there. So
lucky I was on a rant then. But I'm just
thank God, because I was really worried there for a second that we had to start re-recording this.
No, well, you know me. I'll talk till the cows come home. But I'm just saying that you know, Joe Milton, you need, when you're playing with a bunch of wide receiver 3s and wide receiver 4s, you need to be, the quarterback needs to be the guy that raises. You need to be the tide that raises all boats. Dak, as we know, does do that. CeeDee Lamb, who's a great compliment, does that as well. Joe Milton, you've seen in 2 games now, he's just not the guy to elevate that. And it's concerning because, going back to your question, and I answered it, makes me uncomfortable knowing that Joe Milton would have to step in.
Yeah, like I'm in the same boat. I had like we know we had, like, in terms of like him being like a like what was a 2nd round draft pick, and we got him for a 5th.
Yes, or was it a 4th? It might have been a 5th.
No, it was definitely a 5th round pick.
Okay.
Right, and to a point to one of our colleagues at the UK Cowboys fan, Brian's like, yeah, he's pure raw. We saw Quinn Ewers being very raw, had a bad game, and some other rookie quarterbacks. But the thing is, like, he's not a rookie quarterback. This is his 2nd season. He has one game. He has had 1 game experience with the Patriots, and he did pretty well in that game.
Yeah, it didn't look bad. And you know, yes, I mean, he looked fine in that Patriots game, and you know, even I mean, the Patriots, though, you got to think that they were willing to hand Milton over, which obviously for a reason, and I think the reasoning behind it has got to be that they knew of his shortcomings, that he wasn't one to elevate the team.
Yeah. Again, my connection has been really funky right now. And I apologize to our listeners where I'm maybe mid-speech and I'm cutting out. And for YouTube, where you may be having a frozen frame of me, pure like that. So I do apologize.
But yes, that's Joe Milton. And Will Greer as well. It's the same thing. You're like,
He did throw a good seam route to Fan. That was good. And unfortunately, I think Fan picked up a wee bit of a knock after that play. But yeah, like that was at that point the game was pretty much done and over. The offense and defense just completely collapsed by then. But yeah,
the offense was too stale for everything that was happening, basically, which caused the issues on defense. So
yeah, and so let's now kind of look more into the offensive weapons, like in terms of like, so we talked about Miles Sanders, 7 carries,
15 yards.
Well, technically, 15 yards. He did show some flashes of burst and a little bit of vision from there and there, but it's not enough. Not enough. Deuce Vaughn, six carries, 16 yards, 2 catches, 12 yards, bottled it up a little bit often. So, but in total, we had like 51 yards and 20 carries, 2.5 average. Like, it's
as
not
a team.
as a team. And that's not including Will Greer and Joe Milton running with the ball as well. Like, and obviously the 5 yards from Malik Davis.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
but it's not great, is it?
No. But going into like the wide receivers, Jonathan Mingo, 2 catches, 53 yards, 49 in one play, drop heart momentum. John Stevens Jr., 1 catch, 12 yards. That was quite nice to see him actually being featured on the field.
That was cool.
Marino Cropper made some catches there and there. Unfortunately, never managed to make that play due to the overthrown pass by Joe Milton. But yeah, I know you just kind of mentioned a bit like some Mingo now being injured. Do you find that now open? Like, where do we see now our wide receiver room? Like, do you still see Mingo as that front runner for wide receiver number 3?
He's got a PCL injury, so we need to wait on more on that to come out. Good news, it's not the dreaded ACL, so does mean he's going to be out for some time. I did see Mingo as being the battler for wide receiver 3 because Talbot, we've talked about Talbot, he's underwhelmed. I'm concerned for Talbot. I don't think he's that guy. For me now, the front runner for wide receiver 3 is Kevontae Turpin.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I mean wide receiver number 4. That's what I was going to mean.
Oh, sorry, 4 for 4. 4, probably then that would be Talbot. You know, Talbot has done enough to... But then you've got guys like Ryan Flournoy.
Flournoy actually had a decent game as well.
Yeah.
Like again, same issues. Like, he was getting overthrown, but when he did make the connection, looked really good.
Yeah.
But again, it's just not enough. Like, just from an overall offensive standpoint, when you're on the field for 19 minutes and 49 seconds, multiple 3 and outs, and unable to settle down and really digest what's going on.
Yeah.
It was
poor execution. Poor execution on the skill position and the quarterback is the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say though, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Mike, I don't think there was one offensive line penalty by the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think there was.
I don't think, thinking about it, I should have marked that down.
Not that I can remember. I don't think there was none.
No, I'm trying to think back. The penalties all seem to be on the defense.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't think of one. I need to go back and check. We'll go back and check.
Well, if we're wrong, please let us know in the comments, folks. We're certain, we're just kind of going based on our memory from what we had.
And it's hazy when you're this sleep deprived.
Yeah, because we stayed up till 4:00 in the morning.
Easy.
Oh, yeah, crazy. I was thinking about going to watch the UFC right after it, but no, I was done. Done. But going into the next segment, special teams. I mean, we can just quickly go through that very quickly. Again, Brandon Aubrey, 2 for 2 field goals, 1 PAT, Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
And Shemar James flashed on that special team stop as well.
Definitely.
There was a holding call on Ryan Flournoy which wiped the drive. So Cowboys are 0-2 in challenges.
Yeah. Yeah. There is that too, yeah. Special teams, I think, really on that, you kind of just they're doing what they need to do. You know, it's usually depth pieces on special teams.
Yeah. Well, here's the discussion angle here. Special teams isn't losing games for us, but it isn't winning the field position either. We can't rely on special teams just to keep putting points on the board. So, the problem lies with the offense. Par your starters, it's those next level ups. They need to take that step up and really improve. So, but yeah, that's where I think we're special teams is. Special teams are a good safety blanket, yes, but we should not have to rely on that to put points on the board.
Definitely, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean,
they always say in winning an American football game, you need 2 of your 3 pieces. So offense, defense, special teams, 2 of those to overpower the other side. We can't keep going, all right, defense, special teams will be better than their side, so we'll be okay, because eventually that will all fall apart.
Oh, yeah. Well, what we'll do, we'll start wrapping up, but I want to get your takeaways on this. So for me, the bright spots were some defensive playmakers with Damone Clark, Andrew Booth, my goodness, Keeman Hall, again, he got the interception, and Shemar James, and Brandon Aubrey looking absolute solid. So that was the bright spots for me. The red flags for me was the run defense as an overall collective gashed again.
Yeah.
Quarterback play was inconsistent. Wide receiver drops, overthrown passes, you name it. The O-line depth in the second, like at the tail end of the game, kind of collapsed a little bit when we actually had like some BB out and had like some Booker out. It was that kind of collapsed a little bit. And some coaching miscues in terms of challenges and situational football. That's my take on like the overall red flags of what happened in that game.
Positives as well to add on top of what you've said. Tyler Booker, I like what I've seen for the debut. That was nice. Although Mingo is obviously injured, I like what I've seen, especially the concentration on that deep pass that we spoke about. That shows good vision. You had to manipulate himself. You had to obviously still continue to make the catch. It shows reliable hands on a deep, because that ball was coming in. It was coming in hard. So that's a positive. Adding on top of the negatives that you've said, the running game, that's an issue. And I'm still, although we spoke about Booth and Hall, I'm still concerned about the cornerback depth.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely ones we just need to kind of take a wee, just really look at this with a fine line and say, okay, there's some good things that have happened with these guys that we're concerned about, but we just need to see them keep doing it. It's more now getting that level of consistency now.
There you go.
That's the word. Like, if we can get those certain players that level of consistency, that would definitely ease the minds of a lot of Cowboys fans regards to that. But yes, folks, that is the end of this week's episode. Be sure to go and check us out on all the social platforms, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to go and check out Believe Network. Go follow all the other amazing podcasts covering all of our NFL 32 teams and NBA and NHL sports. And but before we do go, Mike, please tell everyone where everyone can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter or X at Kenfig Cowboy. That's Kenfig with a K, Cowboy with a K. And you, Mr. B?
I am P Stu at X and Instagram. Had to rethink that for a wee second there. But yes, folks, unfortunately, we did have a loss at home in Jerry's World. But again, I know it's annoying to say that it is preseason, but the thing that matters is week 1. Like, we've got one more preseason game to go. We just need to, that's where we'll probably start to see more of these stars. That's probably going to be the more things we'll get a better idea where we're at.
Maybe.
And so, maybe. Don't count your chickens on that one. But week 1's the big one. But to leave it at this way, as always here in the World's Team, it's not just America's team. It is the World's Team. We'll see you guys next time.
That's a wrap on the World's Team Podcast. Smash that like button and hit subscribe, Cowboys Nation. This ain't just America's team, it's your team.
Touchdown!
It's the World's Team, only on Believe, where real fans live.
How about them Cowboys?